We bring the classics back alive, golden stories that still shine. Mystery, rhythm, style in the line. Timeless movies with a soul-filled smile. At Silver Shadow Cinema, come feel the vibe, come feel the love. We restore the past, we light it up. So everybody move, let the credits run. Dance through the memories, history in harmony. You're right where you belong. Silver Shadows, this your song.
Welcome back to Silver Shadow Cinema. Tonight, we continue our journey through one of television's most fascinating visions of humanity's future, In Space with Men into Space. In Season 1, Episode 6, Moonquake, Colonel Ed McCauley and his crew encounter a dangerous and unexpected threat. While carrying out operations on the moon, far from Earth and surrounded by a hostile environment, even a minor disturbance can quickly become a life-threatening emergency. When unusual seismic activity shakes the lunar surface, the crew must determine the cause and find a way to survive before their mission is lost. The episode explores a question that scientists themselves were still debating during the 1950s. Could the moon experience quakes similar to earthquakes on Earth? Originally airing in 1959, this episode demonstrates the series' commitment to realistic science fiction. Rather than focusing on fantasy or alien worlds, Men into Space explored the real challenges astronauts might one day face as they ventured beyond Earth. As you watch, consider how this episode anticipated scientific discoveries that would not be confirmed until years later during the Apollo missions. Now sit back and enjoy Men into Space Season 1, Episode 6, Moonquake.
The story you're about to see is not true. It hasn't happened yet. These are scenes from that story, a story that will happen soon. Just as man experienced his first earthquake, he will one day feel his first moonquake. This is a story of people. People who traveled 240,000 miles into outer space to answer the question, what is the moon made of?
If you'd known about your wife's accident before we took off, would you have given up your place in the ship? Only the thing weather would have helped.
Any word from the Trailblazer? Nothing, sir. There's been no message through in hours.
Did you see in the paper, they think that explosions on the sun may be interfering with radio communication?
I'm not worried. I know Tom is still alive. Nurse!
What's the matter, Mrs. Farrell?
The moonlight awakened me.
Oh, well, we'll just close the blinds.
No, it's all right like that.
Well, that won't help you to sleep.
I want to see the moon.
I suppose there'll be a lot of people looking up at the moon tonight.
Is there any more news of the Trailblazer?
I was listening to the radio out in the hall. It is supposed to reach the moon early tomorrow morning. Just think, the men on her will be on the moon for breakfast.
Was there any news of my accident?
No, all the news is about the spaceship. Automobile accidents have to take second place.
No newspapermen came to the hospital to ask questions.
Wouldn't do them any good. We have very strict rules about giving out information to anybody but the immediate family.
I don't want my immediate family to know about my accident.
Well, hasn't your husband been notified?
I hope not.
Oh. You separated?
Only by distance. In every other way, we're very, very close. That's why I don't want him to know what's happened to me. He'd worry about me. You see, he's going to be one of the men breakfasting on the moon tomorrow morning.
Kongress 8. Das Stratosphärenschiff Trailblazer wurde heute von Cape Canaveral erfolgreich abgeschossen und ist auf direktem Kurs nach dem Mond. Colonel McCauley ist Führer der Expedition. Mit ihm sind 5 Gelehrte, die die Komposition des Mondes untersuchen werden und dann entscheiden, ob ein ständiger Posten auf dem Mond möglich sei.
Well, that's the news of the world, folks. And we're certainly it, especially you, Colonel.
Yeah, but what are they saying, Tom?
Tonight, the world lies awake, awaiting the news that Colonel Edward McCauley and his brilliant team of scientist adventurers have landed on the moon, where they will make a detailed examination of the moon's crust over the next period of 7 days. Tom Farrow, that's me, the communications officer, is known to be particularly intrepid.
Get her home station. Let's see what they're really saying about you.
All right.
The outlook is very good for the coming year, according to business leaders. We are still waiting for news of Jane Farrow, wife of Tom Farrow, the communications officer of the Trailblazer, who was injured in a car accident last night while on her way to our studio, where she was to be interviewed.
Get back to base frequency, prepare to transmit.
No one else.
Colonel, that's my wife. Something's happened. Give me 2 seconds.
Find out how many miles we've traveled in 2 seconds.
Colonel? We're off course half a degree. Here are the figures.
All right, I'll feed in automatic pilot tape K22. Give it to me, Pam.
Yes, sir.
I said K22.
Sorry.
What are you trying to do, get us killed? It's enough of that, Robbins.
Altitude above moon, 600 miles. 599.
Bear for vertical orientation.
597. 596.
Sorry about your wife, Tom.
595.
Fire rockets.
94.
For the spaceship to land on the moon, McCauley first changed its position by using the ship's gyroscope, then fired its rockets to counteract the gravitational pull of the moon.
All right, I'll take her in. Okay, that's it. Robbins, you work with Dr. Ryber. Rugal, help Dr. Patton. Farrow here will stand by on communications. Now, gentlemen, if you'll head for the airlock, I'll join you in just a minute. Tom, call control and tell them we've landed. Ask for a complete report on Mrs. Farrow.
Thanks, Colonel.
Let me ask you something. If you'd known about your wife's accident before we took off, would you have given up your place on the ship?
Only if staying behind would have helped.
Is there anything you can do that a good doctor can't do?
Knowing I was there would have helped her.
Would she have wanted you to stay?
No, I suppose not.
My guess is that knowing her husband has landed on the moon safely is going to do her more good than anything else.
Thanks again, Colonel.
I will have to unload as fast as possible. We've got a big job to do and only 7 days to do it in. As you know, the areas are plotted in letters and numbers. Each one of you has a map. Report any new position immediately. The equipment will go in this sector here.
So help me with this, will you?
Sure.
Colonel?
In order to determine the composition of the moon's crust and what might be the structure below it, McCauley and his crew went about the difficult task of boring into the surface of the moon, setting charges and detonating them so that a seismograph could record the shocks of the explosions. All of the information would then be carefully analyzed to give man the answers to the mystery of the moon's structure.
On the moon, it was reported that the work of the expedition has been highly successful, and the knowledge gained will be of utmost importance to the men connected with the advancement of space research. Colonel McCauley, in charge of the expedition, reported that the spaceship would leave the moon tomorrow for the return to Earth.
Well, we'll be home in a few days, Mrs. Farrow. Time to rest now. You want to be looking your best.
Well, one more piece of pie to cut and we head for home. George, you help Dr. Ryber with the measuring equipment. Cy, you and Tom Farrow will work in this area. Bruegel, you and I over here.
Do I get extra pay for the danger involved?
What?
Well, I just think you can get teamed up with Tom Farrow once too often. That double charge of explosive he planted yesterday almost blew us both to bits.
Correction. You work with Bruegel in this area. Farrow and I will be here.
Sorry. There's no need to be that hard on Tom.
Isn't there?
He's worried about his wife.
Look, my wife's going to have a baby. I want to get home to her. That's why I worry about... Farrell.
Tom, you'll be going with me instead of Robbins.
Oh? Why the change in plans, Colonel?
Those are my orders.
I don't need a chaperone.
It's one man's opinion.
I suggest that you help Dr. Reiber set up the seismograph machine before we leave. Doctor, if you will, make sure it's synchronized with the one in the ship.
Yes, Colonel.
Tom, we all know you're nervous and edgy, but we're human beings, not robots.
A robot wouldn't have handed you the wrong tape. A robot wouldn't have set off a double charge of explosives.
No, and a robot wouldn't know what to do in an emergency, and on a mission like this, you've got to expect a few emergencies. Let's try and not create them, huh?
Very well, sir.
Pete, all field positions checked in and standing by. Preparing to fire charges. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Reiber calling McCauley and Bruegel. Test completely successful.
Okay, Doctor. Test for next position can be made in 1 hour. 0800. Notify control.
This is Trailblazer on Moon calling Earth.
Another successful test. Looks like we blueprinted this one correctly, Dr. Strauss.
Perhaps before I die, I'll be able to make the flight.
In 10 years, they'll be building supermarkets on the moon.
This is McCauley. All charges ready for second test. Fire is scheduled. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pattern irregular, moonquake, all stations, moonquake.
Pete, are you all right? Pete? Pete, are you all right? Pete! McCauley to Trailblazer. All crew report to ship. Bruegel and Robbins returning to ship. Ship has crashed during a moonquake. Dr. Reiber was aboard.
All right, Pete, take it easy now. Easy. You all right?
Yeah.
Moonquake. Who would have imagined that? What about the others?
Contacted Bruegel and Robbins by radio. They're on their way back to the ship.
McCauley?
He's out after Farrow.
Hasn't Farrow reported back yet?
Not yet.
Well, at least the radio's still working.
Only on the moon, Pete. Wasn't able to get through to Earth control. Think you can take a look at it?
Yeah.
Well, at least our oxygen supply wasn't damaged.
It's gonna take a radio genius to put this mess back together.
Like Tom Farrow?
He's the best there is. If anybody can do it, he can.
McCauley finds him.
You better hope he finds him fast. Their oxygen supply can't last forever.
Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Any word from the Trailblazer?
Nothing, sir.
There's been no message through in hours.
We've received nothing on any of the machines, sir. We've kept contact with the stations all over the world, but they...
Keep asking.
McCauley to Trailblazer.
in, Ed.
I haven't found Pharaoh yet. Fissures are holding me up. I want to see if this 1/6 gravity will let me jump some of them. I'm going to try a test jump. It'll work.
Let's take a moment to appreciate how visionary this episode was. When Moonquake first aired, scientists had very limited knowledge about the moon's interior. It wasn't until the Apollo missions of the late 1960s and early 1970s that seismometers placed on the lunar surface confirmed that moonquakes actually occur. While the details portrayed in this episode may differ from what scientists later discovered, the writers correctly recognized that the moon was not necessarily a completely inactive world. This willingness to explore real scientific questions is one of the reasons Men into Space remains such a fascinating series today. Episodes like this remind us that science fiction often asks important questions, long before science can provide the answers.
I've located Pharaoh. Apparently his radio is smashed. Near position Q29. McCauley to Trailblazer. We'll proceed back to ship along line QX as far as possible. Pharaoh has twisted his ankle and going is going to be slow. It's not possible to reach the ship before the oxygen gives out. Meet us with spare oxygen tanks.
Jim, you and me.
Okay, sir, let's move.
Brugel and Robbins leaving immediately, sir.
Now at position Q18, fissures make it impossible to continue any farther. I estimate we each have a half hour of oxygen. If Robbins and Brugel don't reach us with spare tanks in 15 minutes, I'll transfer my oxygen to Pharaoh.
Colonel, what's the idea?
Pharaoh's got to get back. He's the only one of us who can restore communications with Earth.
You better let Brugel and Robbins know that decision. They got to reach McCauley in 15 minutes.
This is Robbins, Colonel. We heard.
Unless the going gets tougher, we'll make it.
We can't jump this one. Try throwing the tanks over.
All right, Ed, we'll try. Don't miss them. Robin speaking. We're going to need some kind of bridge to get Farrow and the Colonel across to us. Dr. Reiber, this is McCauley. Try and bring some sections of the ship's ladder. The fissure is about 30 feet wide.
Batten's on his way, Colonel.
I'll go first and test the ladder.
Did you see in the paper, they think that explosions on the sun may be interfering with radio communication?
I'm not worried. I know Tom's still alive. I think he'll find a way to come. Am I being very foolish?
No, Mrs. Farrow, I don't think you are.
I love him so much.
Any chance?
I'll have to try and build the whole thing from the ground up.
How long will that take?
Oh, about 24 to 30 hours. If I work straight through, the sooner I get it working, the sooner I'll know. The sooner we'll know what they plan to do about us.
Doctor, what good do you think that's doing?
Oh, I'm just doodling. Helps pass the time.
You ready for more coffee, Tom?
No. Just a minute.
Ici, Radio Eiffel.
It works.
Le ministère de Quatre Puissances.
Can you get a home station?
Congress.
Trailblazer 2 calling Earth Base. Trailblazer 2 calling Earth Base. McCauley speaking. Our ship was wrecked in a moonquake. Captain Farrow has just repaired our radio. Crew is all well.
Thank God you're all alive. We've been trying to reach you by radio. We'll get a rescue rocket launched from Canaveral as quickly as possible. You'll have to use your radio as a homing beacon for the rescue ship. We'll have you off the moon in 52 hours.
Hey, Tom, did you hear that?
He's out.
Well, let's wake him. Tell him the news.
No, let him sleep. He's heard all the news he wants to hear.
Back Colonel McCauley and the crew of the ill-fated Trailblazer 1, which was destroyed by a moonquake, has landed safely. The crew looked tired but happy. And after
Don't turn off the radio.
to catch up on a long Earth night's sleep before tomorrow's parade and reception. Probably the crew member who most needs that sleep is Captain Tom Farrow, communications officer, who worked a continuous 32 hours to restore the damaged radio and made rescue possible. From all reports, the findings of this
Who needs sleep? How are you, darling?
Oh, I'm fine now. Hey, but you're supposed to be... Well, how did you get here?
Permission from his commanding officer. These are from the crew of the Trailblazer.
Thank you. And I was imagining all the wives down there to meet their husbands. And I was feeling pretty sorry for myself, too.
Well, I suppose all wives have a right to feel sorry for themselves. I guess mine has just learned to put up with me.
You know one thing I've learned, Colonel?
What's that?
Wives with husbands on the moon shouldn't look up while driving in traffic.
And that concludes Men into Space, Season 1, Episode 6, Moonquake. This episode offered viewers a glimpse into the dangers that future lunar explorers might face and demonstrated once again why Men into Space stands apart from many science fiction programs of its era. By focusing on realistic scientific possibilities, the series encouraged audiences to think seriously about humanity's future beyond Earth. What did you think of this episode? Were you surprised to learn that scientists eventually confirmed the existence of real moonquakes? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this classic adventure, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more vintage science fiction, classic television, and timeless cinema here on Silver Shadow Cinema. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep looking toward the stars and imagining the possibilities of tomorrow.